You do not have to sleep with another woman to be unfaithful. You don't even have to flirt or text or look. Sometimes the deepest betrayal is your silence, guys. It's in the shutting down. It's in the nights that you lay next to her and say nothing. It's in the way you bottle it up, the way you bury it, the way you hide the real you because you're too damn scared to be seen. And you tell yourself that you're protecting her. But what you're really doing is leaving her alone in a relationship that you're still physically showing up for, but emotionally ghosting her every single day. That's emotional infidelity. And the worst part, you probably don't even know you're doing it. Until now, hopefully. But now that you do, and if you don't face it, if you don't fix it, you're going to lose everything that actually matters. And not because you're a bad man, not because you are a broken boy pretending to be a man. So let's rip this mask off, okay? Let's talk about what nobody wants to admit. Let's talk about the emotional cheating that you're doing inside of your own four walls and how to stop it before it costs you your relationship, your marriage, your family, and your entire soul. Because if you think emotional infidelity is just about someone else, it's about you relying on someone else for your needs, then you're already lying to yourself. Sometimes the person you cheat with is the silence. So let's stop hiding. Let's go here. You ever wonder why you can be lying in the same bed with your wife, your partner, breathing the same air and still feel miles apart? You ever wonder why you reach for your phone instead of her hand? You tell yourself it's because you're tired, stressed, busy, but deep down, you know what it really is. You're scared. Scared that if you really open up, you're going to look weak. Scared that if you let her see how much you are hurting, she's going to lose respect for you. Scared that if you admit how heavy it feels to carry everything alone, you're going to shatter into 1,000 tiny pieces that you cannot glue back together. So you do what every strong man does. You shut up. You bottle it up. You handle it yourself. You cope with porn, food, alcohol, overworking, distraction, anything but vulnerability. And that's cheating. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I don't care if you think you're just being noble and you think you're protecting her from your darkness. You're not. You are betraying her in some way, shape, or form. Every moment you choose anything but truth, honesty, transparency, connection, communication, you're cheating. You're stepping out of an emotional commitment that you made to her. You're leaving her alone in a relationship where your body is present, but your soul has checked out years ago. And you think because you're not banging your secretary, you're being faithful. Wrong, man. Faithfulness is showing up with your whole heart, even when it's messy, scary, uncomfortable. And if you're hiding, if you're hiding, then you're already halfway out the door. And I know, I get it. You didn't ask for this. Nobody handed you an emotional tool belt when you were a kid. Nobody said, hey, here's how to feel things without crumbling. If you're like me, you had a dad that said, man up, shut up, don't be a little bitch. So you learned to survive by building walls instead of bridges. You learned to cope by becoming invisible. You learned that emotions were weakness. Weaknesses to be conquered, not signals to be honored. Because that's what they really are, guy. And the truth that they didn't teach you, the strongest man in the room isn't the one who feels nothing. It's the one who feels everything and doesn't run. And until you do your own shadow work, until you turn around and face the wounded, abandoned parts of yourself, you're going to keep betraying the people you love most. Not because you mean to, but because you're bleeding out in ways that you refuse to see. Shadow work is not woo-woo nonsense. It's not some chick sitting in a forest weaving dream catchers. It's getting down in the mud with the scared, angry, broken pieces of you saying, I'm not ashamed of you anymore. It's finally owning that emotional infidelity started the moment you decided she wasn't safe enough, strong enough, worthy enough to see the real you. And you know what's crazy? Most men will never do this. It's fucking asinine. Most men will choose to drown in their pride, in their silence, in their porn, in their whiskey, in their overwork, in their six packs, in their shiny trucks. And they're going to die inside long before their bodies ever give out. But you're not most men, are you? Because you made it this far. You're still watching this bald motherfucker speak some truth. You're still feeling that tiny little pulse inside of you that says, this isn't who I'm meant to be. And you want to know how to fix this, like for real? You stop being emotionally unfaithful by coming home to yourself first. You start doing the hard work of spiritual growth. Not the pretty Instagram kind, but the bloody, sweaty, terrifying kind where you tear down every lie you ever believed about what it means to be a man. You start studying real teachings, the kind that have stood the test of time. Like, check out this chick, Sammy Ingram. Like, I think she talks about some law of assumption stuff, and stop laughing it off like it's just chick stuff. There's really good information that's out there. And guess what? If you are assuming your worth, your wholeness, your power, if you fully assume all of that, that's warrior shit. Also, go check out this guy, Neville Goddard. He's got tons of lectures out there. He'll teach you not how to manifest Ferraris, but to understand what your reality is a reflection of, your internal assumptions. You want loyalty, depth, connection? You have to become loyal, deep, connected inside of yourself first. You start learning how to visualize, not the crap where you wish for stuff like a genie, but the practice, the kind of creating a self-image that's so strong, so rooted in love that you naturally show up for your family the way that you always wanted to. Take some real tools from CBT, like cognitive behavioral therapy, and start calling out your own bullshit thoughts. The ones that are, I'm too broken, I'm too far gone, she doesn't want the real me. Replace that trash with truth. Not because you're faking it, but because you're retraining your mind to stop lying to you. Dive into some neuroscience of healing inner child wounds, healing trauma and CPTSD. Study the real brutal mechanics of codependency. How needing her approval more than your own integrity is what keeps you stuck. You can lean into some teachings from people like Dr. Karishma Ahuja. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But she blends science and spirituality into real, usable healing, not more emotional masturbation. And you can rebuild your emotional integrity one ugly, raw, honest moment at a time. You can tell the truth when it's uncomfortable. Gosh, that's one small act that is so hard to practice. But you can do it. You can ask for help when you want to disappear. You can show up vulnerable when everything inside of you is screaming to hide. And when you fall, because you will fall, you get back up and you try again. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be present. Your family doesn't need a superhero. They need a man who's not afraid to be human. They need a man who doesn't cope in silence. They need a man who doesn't shut down when it gets messy. They need a man who shows up, bleeding, bruised, scared, and still says, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And the thing is here, you doing this, you healing this, it's not just about saving your relationship. It's about saving your damn soul. It's about becoming the kind of man your future grandkids will feel in their blood, even if they never hear your name. Your legacy is not built by money. Legacy is built by healed men. You have a choice right here, right now. Stay hidden, stay safe, stay small. Or step into the fire. Face your own heart. Fight like hell to reclaim the parts of you that you thought were too broken to save. You're already strong enough. You're already worthy enough. You're already man enough. You just forgot. Now it's time to remember. Drop a comment down below and tell me, no bullshit, what part of this hits you the hardest? Because in this community, we don't do surface level fake shit. We do real, brutal, beautiful, bloody strength. Please like this video, guys, if you're ready to stop coping and to start healing. If you're done pretending, if you're ready to actually rebuild yourself from the inside out. And check out the link that's down below in the description too. It's got my calendar on it and plenty of dirt cheap digital products. Take advantage of that. Please schedule a time with me on my calendar if you want to have a free conversation with me. Just book the damn call, guys. Let's get you out of the ghost life and back into the real one where you were born to live. I promise you're not too far gone. You're not beyond redemption. You're just one brutally honest choice away from coming home.